We're here to talk to you about what happened to Tywinn.
My dog?
Yes. How did the water get inside of her lungs?
I don't know.
So there's a couple things. So you have the lungs. Not only do you have the lungs, but you have these little sacs called alveoli. Water gets inside those only when you're substantially submerged.
And I was trying to wash everything off. I washed her off. Oh my
Well-
God, I would never hurt my dog.
On December 16, 2024, the Orlando Police Department responded to a call at the Orlando International Airport after a woman was accused of drowning her dog inside of an airport bathroom. When the officers arrived, they met with the maintenance worker who had witnessed the aftermath and gave them the first details of the disturbing incident.
Then somebody else called me to clean another restroom. But before I left, I saw this black lady coming out from that restroom.
Okay.
And she described that she's skinny, middle, like more taller than me.
Okay.
And then that she was carrying a bag and a purse, and she was wearing black pants, a long black pants. But she never wrote that she saw.
So
when she picked up the bag,
have her write about that she saw like the dog food on the floor, and then when she looked at the bag, she saw the dog inside the bag.
Okay.
Okay.
So
inside the trash.
Aqui,
And I'll be right back with you guys. Okay.
In a sworn statement, the maintenance worker told the officer she saw the female suspect in the handicapped stall area and noticed a large amount of water and dog food scattered across the floor. After briefly stepping away to handle another cleanup issue, she later saw the woman leaving the bathroom. When she lifted the clear trash bag from the can, she claimed it felt unusually heavy, and that's when she discovered the deceased dog inside. As officers continued the investigation, they recovered a dog tag from the 9-year-old miniature schnauzer, then used that along with the dog's microchip and veterinarian records to identify the owner and trace an address in Louisiana connected to the suspect.
I hope I'm at the right house. I'm ringing the doorbell and no one's answering. Can you... Well, at least it's a nice day for a walk, huh? I just had to verify the last 4 of your social security number. Oh, I didn't know that you were actually there. This is the address that's on your driver's license.
Yeah. And my sister.
And your sister's, yeah.
Down the street.
Right. Okay.
Just come sign for this.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get this going. You step right over here for me. And this is I have to find the paperwork.
All right. Yeah, I'm Sergeant Pendergrass from the Lake County Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
You're under arrest. I'm going to take your cell phone. We're going to set it over there. Put your hands together like you're praying, just like you're praying.
Okay. And yes.
I'm actually here to actually explain that. I am Michael Fields. I'm with the Orlando Police Department. But before
loosen your hands up a little bit. Just relax. Just relax.
There you go.
All right.
So, because you're in handcuffs, I have to make sure that you understand your rights, okay?
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to talk to a lawyer now before you have the right to talk to a lawyer now without anyone present. You also have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering any time you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand those? Mm-hmm. Okay. We're here to talk to you about what happened to Tywinn.
My dog?
Yes.
My dog died at the airport and I had to leave her there because my bag was already checked and I had a flight.
How did your dog die?
She had a heart condition.
It wasn't that bad of a heart condition.
Yes.
How
Well, I don't know what happened.
How did she end up in the toilet?
She was not in the toilet. I put her in the bin.
No, you put her in the bin, but before that, she was in the toilet. There was water everywhere.
No, she was not.
Because you cleaned up the toilet.
Because she pooped on me when she died, and I was trying to wash everything off. I washed her off. Oh my God, I would never hurt my dog.
So let me ask you this: do you know what a necropsy is?
Yes,
What is it?
it's an animal autopsy.
Do you know what the animal autopsy showed?
No,
Fluid in the lungs.
because I was trying to revive her.
With what?
Water. I put her in this thing. I was putting water on her. I was splashing her with water.
How did water get inside of her lungs?
I don't know.
There's also something. So there's a couple things. So you have the lungs. Not only do you have the lungs, but you have these little sacs called alveoli. Water gets inside those only when you're substantially submerged in the
Listen,
water.
I did not hurt my dog.
But not
My
only
dog-
that, but also there's a frothy, like a pinkish frothy thing, let's just call it, that develops in the airway.
Okay.
There's only two ways that happens. Opioid overdose, so either you gave your dog heroin or the dog drowned. There's only two ways that happened. How did water get inside your dog's lungs?
I tried to revive my dog because I was sitting there.
What did they tell you at the gate, at the counter when you said that you were taking your dog to Colombia? What did they tell you?
I don't.
That you need medical paperwork?
I had all of that.
No, you didn't. You had
Yes,
rabies.
I did.
We spoke to Doctor, your veterinarian at Banfield. You didn't have the paperwork.
I did.
You did not. Do you know what? Let me show you. Oops, this is something else.
This is we've been where do we need to go besides here?
Right now, we're doing right here.
Yeah, we're just waiting. So in order for you, so you flew out on LATAM, you went up to the front counter. They told you that you needed paperwork. In order to travel with a dog to Colombia, you need a certification.
I was not going to Colombia.
Where did you fly to?
I went to Ecuador.
Okay, to Ecuador.
Okay, so I don't know who you spoke to at what counter.
Okay.
But I did not hurt my dog.
Who was that?
That's me.
That's you sitting there like nothing ever happened. Right after Tywinn was killed. This is you going. This is you going to the counter. This is you speaking to the lady with Tywinn there. This is you up at the counter where they tell you that you need a medical form. This is you leaving. This is you going to the bathroom. And that's you coming out of the bathroom. You came out of the bathroom and you looped around, trying to make your trail a little less obvious.
You cannot tell me what was in my mind or what was going on. You're making
Okay.
assumptions and you were not there. I did not
Okay.
hurt my dog, and that's all I have to say.
Okay. Well, then that's for you to explain. Everyone has their day in court, and you are entitled to it.
Okay.
So you will have that day. But it's a shame because there were other options that you could have done. Many other options. You could have done almost anything.
Would change anything to have my dog back. My dog died of a heart attack
Okay. How do you know it died of a heart attack?
because she had heart problems.
Had a heart
and
murmur.
The vet had. No, she did not. You know what grade murmur?
Yeah, I have all the medical records.
Okay,
I have
well,
every
you know
one of
what?
them.
You can die of a heart attack right now, and you may not have heart problems. That is how the body is made. We cannot predict what happens.
Okay. What do you think should have happened? What do you think that you
She
should have
would
done?
not have had a heart attack.
Okay. What would you have done differently? If you could go back in time, what would you have done differently?
I would not have booked the trip to Ecuador knowing that she would have had a heart attack.
Okay. Is this your phone too?
No, that's my sister's phone.
Okay.
You guys secured the package?
I'm going to.
Package secured.
Is your sister at the house? Is that her with the blue shirt on?
Yes.
Okay.
So what address are you guys staying at? Obviously it's not this one.
My sister is at work, and I'm staying at my other sister's house while she's out.
Your other sister. Oh, okay.
Other
so you are
sister
staying
lives-
here then.
lives down the
Oh,
street.
okay. I missed
Okay.
it.
I missed that part too. Okay.
It's two sisters.
Okay, gotcha. Understood.
So your only explanation for water inside the lungs is you were trying to revive her?
Yes.
How were you trying to revive her?
Just putting water on her, opening her mouth and putting water in her so she could, if she was thirsty.
Okay. Was she responding?
No,
Was she doing anything?
no.
Okay.
She was limp.
She was limp. Okay. So the lungs are like a balloon. In order to get water inside there, they have to suck it in. how would Tywinn have sucked
I don't
in
know.
that?
I'm not a medical professional.
Well, you just indicated that you know a lot about dogs and heart attacks. I'm just trying to figure
No,
that
I
out.
did not say that at
Okay.
all.
All right. So do you have any explanation to how the water got inside of the lungs?
No.
Do you have any explanation how the frothy sputum
No, I don't
ended
know
up in
anything
the airway?
about that, no.
Okay. What made you think the dog was having a heart attack? Like-
Because I know she has heart problems, and the
What-
vet had just recently put her on medication because she said it was getting
Okay.
worse.
What did the dog do that made you think that?
She was breathing really heavy, like
When-
she was struggling to breathe.
When did that start?
That started a few days before that. We walked around here every day. That started a few days before that.
By looking at the video, the dog looks like it's in pretty good shape. Didn't have any problems breathing at the airport. Did she have any problems breathing at the airport?
She did.
At what point? Because I'm looking at all the video and I'm not seeing that.
She started having trouble just panting a lot on the drive to the airport.
Okay. And then once you got to the airport, did she have the trouble then?
I
breathing?
wasn't really paying attention. She was panting. I
Okay.
just figured it was excitement.
Okay. So you're walking around, and you went to the counter. Why did you go to the counter?
To check in, I guess.
You didn't have your plane ticket on your phone?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think it's one of those things. It's an international thing.
Yes.
that,
So you spent 20 minutes at the counter. What were you talking to the counter people about then?
My return flight.
You didn't have a return flight at that point, though.
No, I had to book one.
Okay. Did you book it then?
Yes, that's why it took so long.
Okay. And you flew to Ecuador first?
I flew to Ecuador.
Okay. And then did you end up going to Colombia?
I never went to Colombia.
Okay, I'm just telling you what they told me. Hang on. So did you talk to the people at the counter about anything else other than your return flight?
No.
Did they tell you what the rules were for getting the dog over
Oh yeah, they did.
overseas?
And
What
I had my
what
paperwork.
what did they tell you?
They said I had just her tag, and they said I needed the rest of the paperwork, and I told them I needed to get that from the vet.
Okay. And what paperwork did they say that you needed in addition?
I don't remember.
Okay. So you didn't have all the paperwork right then and there.
No, I had it electronically. They needed paperwork.
What kind of paperwork?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Is this my ride?
I'm not sure. So you don't know what other paperwork? How are you going to get that paperwork?
I don't. You know, I don't remember exactly what she said.
Okay.
Is this? Are we ready to go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The suspect was later identified as Alison Lawrence. Detectives sought an arrest warrant and charged her with aggravated animal cruelty, a third-degree felony under Florida law. If convicted, the maximum prison sentence is up to 5 years and a fine of up to $10,000. If you found this video entertaining or educational, please drop a like. Also, if you enjoyed this one, YouTube thinks you'll like this next one.